Kia ora koutou, no mai whakarongo mai to my next guest. We're moving into something that's I'm definitely super passionate about two things, the moana and kai moana, and therefore we've got the man for the job here. We've got Kia Kanuta in studio today. Kia ora.
Kia ora, Jenny.
Kia ora. We're stoked to talk to you. Well, I'm stoked to talk to you about the stuff that I feel like I talk about often. But you're obviously a chef, the first and foremost, tuatahi. But very renowned chef. I know a lot of people. I know So'o Malo was actually excited to meet you because he went to Ada before you left that establishment, which is great. And he talked about following your journey and stuff. Can you tell us a little bit how you got into chefing and where you kind of came from?
Yeah, I've always been passionate about cooking. I've always been passionate about food. I spent a lot of time at my nan and granddad's house, and they had a wicked garden, and my nan was always baking. And it just kind of grew from there, like my nan making her own jams and chutneys, things like this. And then we'd go to the RSA. My birthday's on Anzac Day, same as my nan, so we'd spend it at the RSA. And then that just kind of created like a vibe around there for me. And then, after some tough times in my family, I ended up working at the RSA washing dishes.
Yeah.
And that got me a scholarship to chef school, and it just kind of just kept snowballing from there, one opportunity into the next, and worked at some awesome restaurants, and like here I am now, just like having interviews and stuff.
So cool, man. Like, because I did read about you starting from washing dishes at the RSA to where you are now. You're not only like well renowned, but you're under demand. Like, people want you at their establishments, you know. And then obviously last year you won Auckland's Outstanding Chef Award at the Lewisham Awards, which is an incredible feat. You were at that time a resident at Ada in Grey Lynn, which I've also heard phenomenal things about your time there. What was that like, kind of getting, I guess, recognised for your achievements?
It was super surreal. I was up against some outstanding chefs, that was the name of the award, but these guys are heavy hitters, and in my eyes I was just honoured to be nominated with those guys, but it's an award that the industry votes. It's not just any random person can just jump in, so to have other chefs and other front of house staff pick me, choose me to be chosen, I got up on stage and I was pretty lost for words. The speech was pretty funny. I ended up like the first thing I do is swear. So even now when it's brought up, over a year later, it's still really cool. It's still an honor to think about it. It was the first hospitality awards I ever attended over 15 years ago was the Lewishams, and I just remember seeing all the greats getting up on stage, like Peter Gordon and things like that, and people like this, and to be up on stage as well after 20 years in the industry it still sits like it's right there with me. Still honored.
Great pillar. And I wonder as well, because something that you're well known for is using traditional Māori cuisines and techniques and stuff. I wonder if that niche has sort of given you, obviously your originality, but also that rapport within the industry. What sort of made you bring those sort of facets and your culture into your chefing?
Oh, that's a great question. There's a lot of contributing factors to that. When I went out to eat, there was so many awesome places that I can go to, just on Dominion Road, for example, or Karangahape Road, they don't necessarily reflect me. They don't necessarily reflect us. And I just wanted to change that. We had two kind of extreme standards of kai Māori. We had am I allowed to say names? Yeah, cool. So we've got Captain Kai Moana's food truck, who shout out, killing it. And then we had Hiakai in Wellington, Chef Manifiso's spot. And I just really wanted something in between. I really wanted something that I had my own, that felt like my house. So I don't know if you made it into Ada, but there's any night you come in, it would be my playlist. So you'd have Moko Mokai playing, or you'd have Buns playing. You know what I mean? Even Diggy and Shay always playing because it was Grey Lynn.
Yes.
So, you know, and I remember having Mello and Diggy came in for dinner one night. It was a birthday, and it was like their songs coming up on the playlist while they're sitting and eating in Grey Lynn, you know? And I was like, for me, I was like, that's why I do it. That's so why they're creating these spaces so that we roll up and we're like, yo, this is like our spot.
Us, you know? And we feel comfortable,
yeah.
and you see yourself reflected in
you see yourself
the Kai,
reflected.
in the
That's
music,
exactly
in the stuff. Oh,
yeah. I just wanted to see us and me. So
it's so cool to see like the crossovers between the industries, because I think a lot of people think, oh, if you're in one industry, you know, we stay in our lane and we don't really branch out. That's so not true, especially here in Aotearoa, even more so in Tāmaki Makaurau, because I feel like, honestly, everyone, if you're doing creative stuff here in Aotearoa, you're like, yo, let's link up, let's collab, let's figure out how that can, you know, cross over and stuff. So creating a place like that and having like a lot of the music artists and stuff, because that's obviously all our bread and butter of the people that we kind of get to speak to here on the Tahi. It's like so cool to see that reflected in like your Kai, because that's something that we all share. And I know people like Mello and that love to sit down and share time with people around stuff like kava or Kai or whatever it may be. So if giving those spaces probably planted seeds for more collaboration, like you basically facilitated more of the music that we hear or something like that.
I don't know, maybe like there's definitely artists that I like fanboyed over and like they're literally dudes you could see walking down the street in Grey Lynn. I was just like, oh, that's Shei Fu, you know what I mean?
Yeah, true.
So it was still that was a huge thing for me. That's why I kind of flipped it in how I wanted to do it. It was a hard sell to some of the other people out there. They were like, I don't know if that's going to work.
Yeah.
Some people were like, that's not going to work. And I was like, I would rather try and know than to just take your word for it, because I haven't even seen you do it.
Big time.
So, iconic. Sits with me still.
I love that. Yeah. Is there anywhere here in Tāmaki Makaurau now that you would be like, that's somewhere that I would feel comfortable, somewhere that's not, that you're not associated with, that you would feel comfortable going and grabbing a feed at, that you kind of feel is similar to that vibe in a sense, or can offer a good Kai?
Similar to the vibe. They're, I gotta say, my homies at Peachy, I love those guys down there. I've been teaming up with them on and off for ages, and me and Jono actually went to Bali this year to take over a restaurant, Ghost in Canggu.
Yeah.
And we did the first hangi out of a restaurant in Bali.
That's sick.
Yeah, I know. It was
so
iconic.
many Māoris in Bali too. Like,
right, we brought the whole community came out, and it was funny because like the guys were a bit nervous. They were like, "Oh, we haven't really sold that many tickets. Like, I don't know. Like maybe we should only do one night." And I was like, "Okay, bro. Like we'll make it work. I don't know what the market's like over here.
Yeah.
We'll just do the one night." And then like day before, all the tickets sold. And he's like, are people asking for more? And he's like, bro, we could have sold another 50 tickets. And I was like,
I've been saying.
all good. So,
but I remember somebody saying that, so yeah.
I like prepared for this, but all good. And we did a really great job. The community over there the chef community is like incredible.
So cool.
So good.
I'm friends with like Tai Buddha and like some of the other guys, and then the Mike that owns Soma and stuff. So many Māoris, bro.
But do you know Lance Mueller as well?
Oh yeah, I've seen him around.
Man.
Yeah.
Oh, that guy was putting food in front of me. One of the things, like if I'm eating something delicious, I'll just start laughing. Like it's like my brain doesn't know what to do.
That's your happy dance.
Yeah. I'll like have a bite and I'm just like, bro, just start cracking up. And like the bro's like, are you all right? I'm like, I've just had a surge of endorphins, and now it's like
it needs
the
to
funniest,
go somewhere.
the best. Yeah, now it's just coming out. This is how happy I am. I'm laughing.
Oosh.
Yeah, that guy's crazy good on the tools.
That's incredible, and it's cool to see you get to travel as well with your art and what you're good at. Where are you currently residing, or what are you involved in at the moment? First and foremost,
that's great. So I am actually I'm a part of the team that helped open. I'm a part of the team that opened Mother. Yeah. The deli over in Grey Lynn. Mm-hmm. That's been an awesome project. It's been a tough one.
Yeah.
We came into it really humble with like equipment levels, team size, and the size of fridge that we had, and we had to like triple that almost overnight. Like it was so great because we didn't do any promo. It was so great to be so well received by the community as well. A lot of Greyland locals. And just be like full on busy, like consistently busy for weeks.
Wow.
Yes, it's been a lot. It's been great.
That's so good. And then moving on from that, an even bigger project that I'm interested in hearing about is this Kina Cottage. You've teamed up with Booking.com, and there's a really, really cool, luxurious, incredible kaupapa / stay and experience that people can get on board with. Can you tell us about Kina Cottage?
Yeah. So I was really blessed actually when when the guys at Booking.com reached out about this project with Kina Cottage, and when they told me a bit about what the goal was and what they were trying to do, like showcase Aotearoa's beautiful kaimoana, and take people out on diving adventures and really get them from the ocean to the table experience. I definitely aligned with everything I wanted to do. Yeah, I was like...
Sounds ideal.
It really is. It's so beautiful and idyllic up there in Turukaka.
Yeah.
I've been excited about this for a while when they first reached out, kind of planning the menu and things like this and what I can do. I'm really excited for this.
Yeah, cool. So basically for the listeners and those watching at home, you can stay at this incredible cliffside house, which is first of all, amazing, stunning, an immaculate place. But then you can also get taken out on a boat and go out to the wonderful Poor Nights. If those of you who don't know what the Poor Nights are, they're already, I think, internationally known as one of the locations that you should visit in your life. And it's only 2.5 hours away from Tamaki Makaurau, off the coast of Whangarei, basically. You go out to Turukaka, and it's incredible. It's a reserve. It's a marine just wonderland as well. I explain it as Atlantis because I was like, wow, didn't expect it to look like this.
Yeah.
And it's incredible. But the biggest emphasis is on this kina baron, and basically kina, obviously we are overrun by them here, and we're very grateful. A lot of people love to eat them, but at the same time kina sit on kelp and they munch away everything, and they imbalance the ecosystems in certain marine areas, and therefore it causes just issues within those ecosystems, and then we have less fish, etc., because there's nothing to eat. Why was that like something that Booking.com kind of wanted to make sure that they kind of had in this sort of kaupapa? Like, you can have a luxurious stay, but on top of that, we're doing a little bit more marine education. Yeah,
that was one of the things that stood out to me. I was really not taken back, but really like, wow, these guys care.
Yeah.
It was really to showcase that, to emphasize that the kaimoana in Aotearoa is outstanding.
Yeah.
It is outstanding. It's world class. But there's practices that we have to do to make sure that it maintains that level of standard, and when you go and dive in, you can see it firsthand.
Yeah.
You know, it's different for you and I talking about it.
Yeah.
But once you got that snorkel on and you're looking in the water, you can see, there's just way too many kina. And it's one of the things that when I was talking to Louis Davis about it, he was like emphasizing that it's bad for the kina as well.
Yeah, true.
Because there's too many of them, so there's not enough kai to go around. So it actually helps like to take some away. It's like cleaning up.
Yeah.
To clean up the kina barons. Yeah.
Yeah. So you guys are what's it called? Salvaging?
Freediving?
Yeah, but when you take them away, when you take away the kina, there's a word for it. I wish I could remember what it's called, but basically you go out and you remove some of these kina with the people that are staying there. That's part of the experience. And yeah, people like Louis Davis. I have a friend of mine that is a commercial diver for Kina Baron specifically, and a couple of other friends around Aotearoa that their job is literally just go out and grab a bunch of these kina. Yeah. And for us, we're like, oh yeah, kina, like we want to eat it, blah, blah, blah. But for this, it's cool that this experience involves you guys hand salvaging some of them and then taking them straight to the plate. And then Kia gets to cook you up a kai, which is incredible. What are we talking? I want to know what Pohutakawa sugar is. Is that?
Oh, man. So lucky I didn't want to talk about that one because that's like a tonga that I'm like releasing. I thought it'd be really cool for like how Pohutakawa aligns with kina, right? When the Pohutakawa blooms, the kina are fat.
Yeah.
And so that was the thought when they were like, can you put kina into a dessert? I was like, oh, I don't know. I can do it. I probably could. It would be like a savoury thing.
Yeah.
But I've actually got, we can go a step further.
Adjacent.
Yeah. Like there's actually more whakaaro to this where we can look at when the kina's fat, when we have them fresh at the start, the pahurakawa blooms, and we can have that at the end.
Yeah.
You know, and then the whole meal kind of ties into that. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah. I think that's where the chefing comes out.
Yeah. Yeah, oh, big time. I wouldn't have thought of that. Like, to express that through kai is incredible gift. But you're talking as well in the mains and the entrees, like a kina mousse.
Yeah.
What else are we sort of like talking about?
So it's the same. So like the lewana starter, I turn into like I make a little bread, slice it thin, toast it. That's to go with the mousse. I've got some sustainably sourced coda.
Yeah.
There is a rahui up there for coda, and you know we respect that, you know, to the utmost.
Yeah.
So I've brought some in because I just, again, incorporating the ecosystem onto the plate.
Yeah.
So with the kina mousse, there's like a bit of pickled wakame, pickled seaweed. You've kind of got all these different elements of where the kina are. So fresh coda with a kawa chimichurri or a kawa salsa verde. It's like lemony and peppery at the same time.
Yeah.
And then there's this lovely kina pasta, like fresh pasta. That inspiration came from my mate Jono.
Nice.
Like that. And it's again, it's like wherever I cook, I bring everything in. So it's like even my mates that inspire me. Like, I remember Jono made this dish very similar, and I tasted it. I was like, bro, that's incredible. I'll never forget how to make that. I watched them make it one time. I never forgot. Yeah. So, like, I've got a dish adjacent to that. I've got a hangi potato dish, which was quite well known, one of my signatures at Ada. So, hangi peru, red jackets with truffle goat's curd and harakeke, korari I should say, harakeke and horopito soil. So it's like these dried herbs mixed with like, I don't want to give it too much away.
No, you're doing enough already. Honestly, I was like happy with the kamoana, but now we're going, I didn't think the perfect meal could exist, but you're basically explaining it. But so I just love how important this kaupapa is, talking about, obviously we have beautiful kaimoana, like you said, world renowned, but it's about sustainably sourcing it and looking at how the marine diversity in Aotearoa is looked after and ensuring that it's not imbalanced, because when we talk about Aotearoa, we have the fourth largest ocean space basically for a country in the world, and only 1% of it is protected. So having these rahui or these marine reserves, super important. Obviously looking after your catch limits, all these things, and making sure if we see kina barren and too many of them, then we try balance that bad boy up, or seeing what kaupapa we can get involved in. Our local hapu and our local rahui often offer kina harvesting and stuff like that. So if we can get involved, we can. So this whole booking.com thing is amazing. There is also an opportunity for someone to get this stay for $20. And that's through a membership if you're a member with booking.com. Is that right?
Yeah. If you want to join us, visit booking.com/hotel/NZ/the Kina Cottage and bookmark the listing. Bookings open at 12 p.m. on the 23rd of October on booking.com for a one-off stay between the 20th and 23rd of November 2025. It's a once-in-a-lifetime chance to experience ocean-to-table dining in one of the most beautiful corners of Aotearoa. It really is, though.